That's some great didgeridoo, my didgeridoo.
Didgeridoo.
Hey, today is Thursday, right?
It is Thursday.
Today's Thursday, and we're going to be talking about the Great Barrier Reef. So we're going to ditch these safari hats for some goggles and some snorkels. Let's go catch some sharks. Let's get it done.
Where are you going?
The Great Barrier Reef, I already said it.
The Great Barrier Reef.
Welcome back to the Great Barrier Reef, amigos and amigas. That's what we'll be talking about today. What is this Great Barrier Reef I speak of? Well, my friends, it is the world's largest coral reef, holding over 3,000 individual reef systems and hundreds of islands. It is larger than the Great Wall of China and the only thing living on Earth that is visible from space, made up of living organisms, and is home to a wide variety of marine life. Exploring the coral reef. Let's see if we can... Nope, there is no video to watch. Giant tease that was. What lives in the Great Barrier Reef, you might be asking? It holds a large amount of life. Whales, dolphins, other porpoises have been spotted there. Over 1,500 species of fish, 6 of the 7 sea turtles, a wide array of sharks, eels, and snakes, thousands of mollusks, and hundreds of birds. And you may also know this, Finding Nemo was filmed there. Yes, the great movie, the great Disney Pixar movie, Finding Nemo, was filmed in the Great Barrier Reef. A little history, nobody knows its exact age. Estimates over millions and millions and millions of years old. Aboriginals might have been the first to find it. Earliest documented sighting was in 1768. James Cook, a few years later, traveled the whole length of it. Threats to the Great Barrier Reef. The biggest threat you will find is climate change. This causes an increased frequency of severe weather events. Those severe weather events can be damaging to the Great Barrier Reef. Ocean acidification. More acid is getting into the ocean. The acid levels of the ocean are changing, rising sea temperature and pollution. We need to recycle. Recycle! Some more threats: overfishing. I love to fish me some fish, but too much fish could be a problem. Many native species are being overfished. Sometimes untargeted animals are captured in nets. Turtles, sharks, dolphins, turtles. Industrialization. The area around the Great Barrier Reef is growing. It's a popular tourist destination. So they're gonna put up hotels, condominiums. There's probably a Qdoba near there. I don't know if Qdoba's made it outside the US. If it hasn't, it should. It should. I like a good burrito. The Australians will too. They need more ports. And those ports are then destroying parts of the Great Barrier Reef. And as I said, tourism. Tourism is not helping. Too many of us folks are going out there and ripping pieces of coral off. That is bad for the system. What's being done? Well, farmers are using less pesticides. Less chemicals are on their crops. Those pesticides get washed down into the water and the rain. They're using less pesticides. Global warming, we're talking about it. Getting the governments to act accordingly and ending poor fishing practices. And there are signs all around telling tourists, don't take the coral. That's bad. Why protect the reef? Well, first off, it's a world treasure and a world wonder. Secondly, look at all these magnificent creatures. Look at them all. I think that's called a manatee. You got Nemo and his daddy. If there's no coral reef, if there's no Great Barrier Reef, there's no Finding Nemo. It's home to 1,500 species of fish, hard coral, a third of the world's soft coral, 134 species of sharks and rays. Do you really want to see this guy go? I don't. If it goes, Shark Week goes. And more than 30 species of marine mammals.
G'day, we finally made it at the drop-off point, the Great Barrier Reef, so
Let's just get right in there.
It's so cool! There's a turtle! There's a fish!
G'day all you mates and Sheilas. Today, as we're going around the Great Barrier Reef, we noticed the box jellyfish, one of the most venomous fish in all the world. It's not a fish, it's a marine animal, but it's deadly venomous. Let's go get a closer look.
It's in his face!
Crikey, mate, do you see that Walmart trash bag looking thing? Oi, that you are in the background, Mr. Grossman.
Oi, there I am.
That evil sea balloon that you see in front of you, it was behind you as it turns out, is a box jellyfish.
Oi, that thing would not hesitate to kill SpongeBob and Patrick.
Not at all if they tried to catch it. It is the most venomous marine animal, and their tentacles can reach 10 feet. Look at those long strings.
Oi.
Those are the tentacles.
Those are disgusting, but unlike most other jellyfish, these jellyfish can actually swim, while other jellyfish just kind of float along.
They actually push themselves along in that bag. There's some fun facts. Yes, the fun facts are back since the spider's gone. They are so venomous that they could kill a grown adult in 2 minutes.
Oi, you might wonder, what kind of animal might try to eat such a box jellyfish?
What's the only predator they have?
Just turtles and other jellyfish it might run into.
Just turtles?
Turtles are hardcore.
One more fun fact for you. Oi, where'd it go? We lost it.
Oh,
Look
no.
at that giant fish.
One more thing about the box
I don't know what
jellyfish.
that
though.
is.
Those box jellyfish that we were looking at, they have 24 eyes.
24 eyes?
Those ancient fish, they just got the 2.
Just the 2. Useless, you need 22 more of that fishy.
Oi, we've located a great white shark. If you look under the surface, you can see it. It looks a little green to the gills. It might be a little sick, but let's go ahead and get under that, get a closer look.
It's the shark!
Shark Week! Da-da-da, da-da-da. The Great White Shark! The greatest week in the history of ever!
These great white sharks, they live along the coast of the Australian coastline. Aren't they beautiful? Oh my, what's Samuel L. Jackson doing here?
Samuel L. Jackson, what are you doing, Sam? Oh! Oh! That's why they're one of my favorite animals. Bears will always be first, but sharks number 2.
These great white sharks, they can grow up to be 23 feet long, which is the length of the NBA three-point line.
Go ahead, Steph Curry. Try to shoot over a great white shark.
Great white sharks are the real Splash Bros. Fun facts time.
Fun facts time!
Once a shark is fully fed, it could go for 3 months without a meal.
You know, I could use that right now.
I could go hardly 30 minutes.
Quarantine has me, bro. The great sense of smell. A fantastic sense of smell. Go ahead, drop some blood in the middle of the ocean. They can smell it from 3 miles away. Mauricio, get out of the camera. They are the ocean's top predator. Don't touch it. Mauricio, what are you doing? Hello, Governor. Look here at Nemo and his father. They are clownfish.
Oi, these little animals, they've got a distinctive coloring pattern on them. You see the white stripes surrounded with black on either side? That's how you know it's a clownfish.
That is how you're able to tell. They live in what is called anemone. Anemone.
By nature, the clownfish is quite small, growing up to be about 11 centimeters on average.
Did you know, Mr. Grossman, that a clownfish can be a male or a female. If the dominant female dies, the male can change itself into a female.
Quite an interesting fact there. Let's talk about what these clownfish eat. The clownfish are omnivores. That means that they eat both plants and other animals.
Do you remember when I talked about anemone? Well, a clownfish has a symbiotic relationship. That means they both benefit. It has a symbiotic relationship with the sea anemone. An anemone is a predatory animal, but it is a big fan of the clownfish.
Crikey. Now, I know you're not going to want to hear this, but Nemo and his father are probably dead because the lifespan of a clownfish is just 3 to 6 years. That movie came out ages ago.
And another problem with that movie, because it was so popular, a number of captive clownfish are kept in tanks, and people continue to catch them even though they are told not to.
Crikey, that's no way to live.
Whoa, dude, check out the turtle, bro.
Totally tubular.
Did you know, bro, that they think jellyfish are delicious?
Boy, they do like to snack on those little things. Put another jellyfish on the barbie. You could also consider these sea turtles to be ocean's lawnmowers. They eat more plant-based diet and they eat seagrass. By doing this, they keep the seagrass short and looking nice for your neighbors.
Did you know that unlike most turtles that can retract their skull into their shell, a sea turtle cannot? They are always exposed.
Crikey, when these sea turtles are pregnant, the temperature that the turtle is experiencing actually does have an effect on the sex of the baby. So if you want a boy, you might want to heat it up down there.
You just gotta lay those eggs and hope for the best as far as temperature goes. They've been around for so long. 110 million years is the estimate. That is older than the T-Rex.
Another surprising fact is that these sea turtles, they can hold their breath.
Crikey, mate, look at that. What you see there is a manta ray.
Alright, now you see me get real close to this manta ray. And manta is actually Spanish for blanket. And looking at this little sea flap, you can see why it might be a blanket.
It does look like a large blanket. Known to float in the ocean, a very interactive mind this thing has. That's why you'll see it is so close to Mr. Gross.
Boy, the closer I get, you can start to see the spots on this thing. It's kind of got leopard print, like leopard spots, all over it. Let's take a look at the older scenes.
A fascinating fact about the manta ray: when they give birth to their young, the young come out almost like a burrito.
Boy, while the manta and devil ray are pretty similar in sight, they're actually two very different species. The devil rays have a pointier wings, while you can see on this sea flap, it's got rounded edges.
A manta ray can grow to be about 7 meters, or in America, that'd be about 20 feet wide.
Boy, and while it might be so large, these creatures are beautiful and mostly harmless. So feel free, swim up next to these sea flaps and feel the...
Da-da, da-da, da-da. Thanks for watching our videos this week and every time, because we're dumb and these are ridiculous. And Great White Sharks, Great Barrier Reef, get some.